Welcome to Cover. I'm your host, Layla Rohr, and my co-hosts are
Joanna Hernandez
and Emma Roberts.
In today's episode, we are going to be talking about San Francisco's top pick for Original Voice Awards in 2003, the Kite Runner.
Woo! Okay, so before we go into depth of the Kite Runner, for our new listeners, Cover to Cover is a podcast where we read fascinating books and break them down to uncover what happens in the book.
Also, make sure you subscribe, and whatever we talk about, make sure you comment down below all your opinions, and don't miss out on new episodes, stories, and good conversation.
Turn on your post notifications, like and subscribe for this amazing book. We're going to be reviewing it today.
Before that, let's give a shout out to our sponsor,
Your donuts is the best. Okay, we have one across the street, so everybody go
Exactly.
and donate all your money to them.
It's so good. Like, you ever just took a bite into a donut and it's just
Like, All right, we're bad. But, anyways, let's get back to our subject.
What would you do for the redemption? This novel reveals the friendship of two boys who have been divided by betrayal and brutality.
Okay. The Kite Runner follows Amir's story. A young Pashtun boy in Afghanistan came from a wealthy family. He has a servant named Hassan, who is a Hazara boy. They share a close bond throughout the novel, but the time in society prevented them from seeing each other as equals, and it caused a separation between the boys.
For you, 1,000 times over. This phrase continues throughout the book. It has a very deep meaning for Hassan's loyalty to Amir's friendship. This bond also shapes Amir's problem-solving skills until the end of the novel. Awards won by the author. The Kite Runner won multiple awards, including the South African Book Prize and South African Booksellers' Choice Awards.
Yes, okay.
All right. Now let's get into some questions over here.
Yeah. Q&A.
Okay. All right. My co-host, Joanna. What do you think Amir reacts with guilt and cruelty towards Hassan after the assaults? And how do you think this reflects human nature and copenness?
Spoiler, guys, by the way.
Oh, yes. Big spoiler. So
Yeah,
if
we have from now, it's just probably over. Just if you want to know.
If you want to know,
you know.
I mean, watch it.
All right.
Watch it.
Honestly, I feel Amir reacts to Hassan's assault with guilt and cruelty as a way of coping with his shame for not intervening in the whole situation where Hassan was being assaulted. He subconsciously wants Hassan to be angry with him, which would help relieve his guilt. This contrast highlights how people cope differently with trauma, as Hassan, despite the assault, continues to show loyalty and nothing but kindness to Amir.
Yes.
Exactly. Ooh. All right. Can you always redeem yourself?
Yeah, I think you can always redeem yourself because I think in life, everybody deserves a second chance.
Good answer. How does guilt influence your actions?
I think guilt influences your actions because when you feel guilty, it's just like this weight on your shoulders, and you're not going to feel better until you tell the person the truth. And I think that everybody deserves to be told the truth in life. That also ties into everybody deserves a second chance. Telling the truth is giving you your shot back at somebody's trust, and I think everybody should have trust with people.
Now, let's talk about some positives that we think are in this book.
Okay, so for characters, I liked Hassan in the novel. He shows loyalty and strength, and he has good strengths throughout the novel. And he was always truthful to Amir, and he listened to him. He also protected him. If people were trying to beef with him when they were kids, he would fight them off with his little slingshot. He was always there for him.
Oh yeah, 100%. So the protagonist in the book, I would probably say Amir, because throughout the novel, some parts he was shown as a hero, where he was saving Hassan's son, which his name is Sarab.
Another spoiler. Yeah. Sure.
But through the Taliban, because he was getting assaulted. He wasn't getting treated right in the Taliban. And so he took him home to America so he wouldn't have to go through all that. And he also shows his flaws that also didn't cause him as a hero. It shows his actions to his consequences, like how he betrayed Hassan in the early part of the novel. That caused him to leave his life forever. And then after more into the middle of the novel, he realized his actions from when he was young.
Childhood.
And then he tried to seek redemption for them.
So here's a twist. So this is a big spoiler. So if you don't want to listen, like
spoiler.
fast forward a little bit. But so this twist was how Amir found out that Hassan and Amir, they are brothers. Yeah,
Bro,
I know that's absolutely insane.
Oh my god.
They found that out after the death of Baba and Hassan. Amir found out that they were brothers, and then get this. Okay, so Amir, he goes back to, where did she go?
Afghanistan.
Kabul. I think.
Afghanistan,
Yeah, he goes back to Afghanistan, and he gets Hassan's son, who is Sarab. He goes and saves him. That's like his redemption. That's his second chance. Like
That's
I said
his
earlier,
second chance.
he redeemed himself. I feel that, like, if you're gonna get the kid, then you are a better man. Like, you have changed. So that's our
Okay.
some negatives. Yeah, some negatives on our book are
What we didn't like, basically.
Yeah.
So the Taliban made horrible consequences for the things that Afghan people did. For example, in the novel, it talks about a halftime show for soccer, how all the Afghan people were watching, and the Taliban just comes over with their big trucks and their guns and their, sorry, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but their pew-pews, and they just start talking about how this couple committed adultery and they ended up stoning them. And if you don't know what stoning them is, it basically means they put them on the ground, they had bags on their head, and they started throwing rocks at them until they died.
Yeah.
Isn't that insane? Like,
that's
That's
absolutely terrible. Like,
That's
I hope that
horrible.
nobody ever does that again. All right, well, is that it for today?
I think so.
Thank you guys for listening.
So, our book ratings and recommendations.
Oh yeah, shoot, sorry. Okay, what do you give it out of 5 stars, Joanna?
Honestly, I think I give it a 4 out of 5. I feel that it was very intriguing, and I really recommend it to the upcoming sophomores.
I also give it a 4 out of 5. I think the book was great, especially for me because I'm not a big reader, but this book really kept me it kept me on my toes in a sense. Like, there was lots of descriptions, like color of the sky, the texture of the snow, like anything you could think of, the way the person was walking down the street. Yeah.
It was good. I would also rate it a 4 out of 5. It was really good, really descriptive, like what Emma said. It really gave details. It felt like you were really there. Like how about the thing. It also, I loved how there was a lot of twists in the book, like how they were brothers. Like I wouldn't have even known that. Like in the book,
They don't.
like Pashtuns and Hazaras and stuff like that, Pashtuns and Hazaras, it would be like that was just a huge, really turn. It like made you think differently about them too.
On the edge of your seat.
Yeah. And I would definitely recommend this to readers. I would probably say for more mature readers.
Yeah, like
because there's a
14
lot
plus, there's a lot of sensitive topics that could trigger people.
of
But it's still a really good book, even if there's still the triggering thing.
yeah. It really points out details.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Thank you for our listeners.
Yes, thank
Everyone
you
that
for
was listening.
watching.
Also,
Bye.
thank you for our sponsor, Duncan. And also,
We need one last rating.
what do you rate this book?
10 out of 10 will recommend.
See ya. Bye. Bye.